Gabe, it was good getting with you this past Saturday. Uh, Reviewed the video. You do a lot of things very well. You're very quick, and it's working against you just a hair. And I think learning to stay inside the ball, which you do a decent job of, and go in the opposite field more with the emphasis on keeping your front side closed, you're really gonna your game's gonna go up 2 notches. I can just see that. And what's going to hold us back from being on plane consistently is in what we see here as phase three. Now, phase three is basically the middle of our instructional process for hitting. And if you reference the document that I've given you on Saturday, which will be a big help with this, you will be able to follow along on the back side and almost do a comparison of the illustration with Hunter on that piece of paper, and where we stop him at the phase three or the C position. So you almost have an identical position here. Your head's down really good, shoulders in really good, and incredibly so, the bat head at this point is still above the hands. That's pretty amazing. Never seen that with a player whose front side is opened up and whose backside pivot is slow, at least in this illustration. And so to slow it down and freeze it and put it in slow-mo, I can see that 1 and 2 are going to be pieces of your mechanics that we're going to need to focus on so that you are going to be able to achieve that consistency and really accelerate that quickness and use it as we continue to work to go middle away. Now, number one is the front side foot opens up has opened up actually. We've paused the hands in the phase three or the midline of your body. And of course, I was mesmerized to see the bat head still above your hands, which is really an indication of just how quick those hands are, and that you don't need to be running out there opening up and getting those hips started. And you can't see this with you because you are so quick. It's a hard thing to pick up without the video. So the front side foot is open, way open, man. And all that's going to do is that out in the 4 zone or the contact zone out front is that we're not going to see that bat head drop until it gets out there. But if you get a ball up in the zone, you're going to pop it straight up. Or if a ball is at the bottom part of the upper part of your strike zone. In other words, if you had an upper third, middle third, and a lower third of the strike zone, that upper third, you're going to have the problems with it. Okay? And so the backside pivot needs to be shoestrings forward at this point. And so as you reference the documentation, you can just do a comparison actually of this clip and this video and that document, and that in of itself would be enough. But I wanted to highlight that if I can keep that front side foot closed and get you maximum backside pivot, letting you get that ball, letting you to, or teaching you to get that ball deeper or letting it travel is going to really let you be like a cobra out of a bag. You'll take that thing right out of the catcher's mitt, and there'll be nobody who can throw the ball by you. But if you're opening up like that, you're doing that guy a favor, because now that movement is going off the plate. And if you look at the shoulders, how I know that it's going to be an uppercut, I want you to look at your front shoulder and then look at the back shoulder and see if you can't see that angle, kind of like putting a marble on the front shoulder. Well, if that marble were to roll down your shoulder line, it would roll straight down. And so your back shoulder is now lower, and we know that because if you open up, that's automatic. And some point in that process, from entering the C position or the phase 3 position like you're looking at, or out to number 4, which is contact, that bat head's going to drop. Or it's either going to be under the ball if the pitch is up in the strike zone, and it's going to have a tendency to be over the top of some of the balls in the lower part. And again, it's going to affect the upper third of that strike zone considerably, and you'll be able to see that. So I hope that this is a help, but we're going to work to close the front side foot and get that knob and pivot action working together as we work to go the opposite way.